Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and Merry Christmas. I chose to do this project today because I thought that it could be a very, very nice last minute Christmas gift if you were really in a pinch and you needed something today. This is something you could make on the fly pretty quickly, and looks very nice, looks polished, looks thoughtful. It made me think of a time when I was invited by a hiker friend of mine to come to her place for Christmas Eve along with some other friends, and we had a miscommunication at some point along the way, and she thought I wasn't coming. And so it was very awkward for both of us when I was asking her about, she was going to pick me up from the train. I was taking the train over to where she lives, and it was a surprise for her. She hadn't realized that I had accepted her invitation and was coming. And so I know, threw together a very last minute gift for me, which I felt bad about just because it was just a silly miscommunication, but it was very funny. So just in case you've had some kind of miscommunication in your life, or you forgot somebody just very innocently and accidentally, here is a super cute little gift that you can make from a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And it is a super cute little folio. It just opens up just like this. I did a pocket here on this side, which is not required. You could just leave that empty if you wanted. And I put in a couple of things. I did use the Fortune paper pack from Stamperia, along with my base is a background, is one of the backgrounds from the paper pack that I got in the, no, or am I wrong? Is this, no, I think this was a background from that background pack. So this opens up then, and you've got another pocket on this side. I just made two super cute matching tags right to size to go in those pockets. And then you've got this really great notebook sewn right inside in the middle there. And I decided I was bored of doing blank coffee dyed pages, and I wanted to do something fun and use some book pages. I've been trying to use book pages more because I have a billion of them, and probably you guys do too. And so I figured, you know what, if you want to write over these, you can glue something down over the top first. They're pretty thick, nice sheets of paper. But also, maybe you're giving it to somebody who's just like a scrapbooker, just like you, or a junk journaler, and you can just let them use those how they want. And then on the other side of this guy, there is a belly band. And it just so happened that I had this piece. This was from the Fortune paper pack. I had this piece. I had tried to make a different little one-page wonder that didn't work out. But I loved this imagery of this girl's face here. So I just stuffed that in there as a little extra. And it's pretty cute, pretty simple, fairly quick. And it tucks right inside of my little decorations here to kind of form a natural closure in there. So I decided to use the Forest paper pack, also from Stamperia, to make another one of these. And where did I put my page? So I think, I had all these brilliant plans, and now I'm not sure. I think I was gonna go ahead and use this guy just because it's, let's keep this nearby so we can refer to it, just because it's simple and that'll allow us lots of flexibility for decorating. And it is one that's a little weird to use otherwise in this pack. So let us, first thing we're gonna do is cut it in half, okay? And I'm gonna just think about this. It doesn't really have an up and a down. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that in half this way. Now, if yours is significantly different, top and bottom, you're gonna wanna decide what is, so one of these is gonna be this outside, this base for you. And then the other one is gonna make your cover for your notebook, your pockets, and your belly band. Okay, so it just depends what you've got on your papers. It doesn't really matter for me with this one because they're pretty much the same. So I'm just gonna pull one of these and say this is gonna be my outside. And I am gonna score my outside. And what we're gonna do is make some gussets. So my little flap, this little flap is gonna be on this side. So that can hopefully help you kind of tell, just if your paper has a certain setup, like with this one, I really liked that I kind of had this little sunshine here, right? So I scored like this, okay? So this right side is gonna be your little closure. So we're gonna make little gussets for this. So we're gonna score starting at 3.5 and then just 1/8 of an inch. Did I not? I didn't get it at 3.5? No. And then 3 5/8 to give us that 1/8 inch gusset. And then 7 1/8 and another 1/8 inch at 7 1/4 to give us that second gusset. And then we're gonna do 10 3/4 and you guessed it, 10 7/8 to give us our other gusset. And then we're just gonna make these folds. And sometimes those 1/8 inch ones are kind of tricky. And I saw somebody showing to do it up against a ruler. So I thought I would see if I could actually make that work. I don't know if I can. It might be easier for me just to fuss with it. Yeah, it is. But there is some trick with a ruler. Apparently I don't know it. So that's our 2 gussets there. And then we've got, well, our 2 gussets, 1 gusset, 2 folds. I can talk and fold paper at the same time. It is possible. Supposed to be an expert here, woman. Okay, second gusset, just trying to squeeze that up a little bit so that I can get that to fold where it's supposed to too. I think that's pretty good. And then 1 more. 1 more, 2 more. 1 more gusset, 2 2 more folds. My goodness. Okay. Yes, ma'am. So, with this guy, we have our fold on this side, which we wouldn't have to do it that way this time. We could do it this way. And in fact, I might like to. I kind of like the way that looks. I could also fold it the other way because this brown might make a nicer outside for me. Would it go here? Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it that way because I want to decorate the outside like with foxes and things, squirrels maybe. So I thought I had cut up more things for decorating the sky, but I might have to do that. So I'm actually gonna fold this this way, and so I'm gonna crease these back the other direction, just so that they're very clearly nice and folded. So it might be worth deciding that. I did with the other one. This one just is so kind of samey that I didn't think about it. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. Yep. So we still have our outside guy there. So let's round some corners. I'm gonna do these. And I'm gonna do these. And if you want to ink, this is a good time to do it on your outside. We'll just, I'm just going to go ahead and just do a portion of that right now. The rest we can finish up later. I want my front, because I'm going to decorate my front. There. Good enough. Okay. And so now we're going to take our second piece that we have sitting here, and we're going to make our other stuff. Okay, we're going to cut it first of all. At 6.5, and this is going to make the cover for your notebook. So if you have a certain side of your paper that you would prefer to be your cover over another, then that's where to cut it. So I think this is not a super huge big deal with this paper, but I am gonna do it over here so that this is my notebook cover. And then we're gonna take it and we're gonna cut it. We want it to fit inside of here nicely. So we want to slice just 1/8 of an inch or so off the bottom or the top, whichever you prefer in terms of yours, so that it will fit just inside and it's not going to be too bulky. Okay. And then that is gonna go, actually, we'll leave that for a sec and we'll take this, our smaller piece, and we'll cut it too, because it'll be a little easier. So then this piece, we are gonna cut down to 4 1/4, and I hope, yes, right? No. So it's on this side. We're gonna cut it down to 4 1/4, right? Because then the skinny piece is gonna become our belly band. Is that right? Just checking. I don't want to mess this up for you guys. Yeah. So that's the right height. So it's your shorter side up. 4 1/4. I don't know why, but my belly band looks smaller this time. It's making me nervous. Okay. And so then we've got this bigger piece, and we're going to cut that. So that should be 6, right? Yep, 6. We're going to cut that at 3, and that's going to make your pockets. 2 pockets. Okay, good. And then we're going to get the scoreboard back, and we're just going to do a little quick scoring. You wouldn't have to do these as scores. It's not a big deal. You could just fold them. But on your bigger piece, it's going to be your notebook cover. We're just going to score that at 3 1/4, which is halfway. So you're just going to be folding that in half. And then on these little guys, these are going to be your pockets, but we're going to do tabs. So we're going to actually score at 1/2 inch on both sides, and then on whatever you want to be your bottom on both of these 2 little pieces, okay? So this is actually good for me with this paper because I'm getting rid of all this brown edging, which just isn't very good. When it's only a portion of it, you know, it's not, doesn't make the whole border. Okay, so this is gonna be our notebook cover. Somehow I didn't get it properly scored in the middle. Somehow I was long. But that's okay. Let's cut it off, because I'll just cut this. Let me see what the size is gonna look like, or if I would rather fold it. So it's gonna come in here like this. So that is the perfect size to do that. So I must not have scored properly, or my piece was slightly, I think I didn't score properly. That's okay. So I'm just refolding so that it's just in half. This is one of the advantages of not having a scoreboard. And then it's perfect. It's a perfect fit, which is good. So I'm gonna round the corners on this guy too. Both of these. That's super nice. And I'm gonna ink it up. And I'm gonna do book pages again in the middle of this guy, just cause I find it fun. Sewing notebook, coming next. Okay, so that is gonna get these little book pages, which I pulled out, and I'm gonna just cut them down so that they fit inside. They're a little short, but I think that's okay. They're kind of a natural size for this. And that makes things faster. for me. So let's see how many of these we can get through at once. I think I have 4 here. You think I can do 4 all in one go? Let's find out. Well, some of these are a little taller, actually. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's a new blade. That sliced right through all of them. No problem. Wow. Okay. That was fun. I need to do more cutting. I'm just folding these in half. And I'm going to put them together into a signature. Wow, that was so fun. Who knew that just cutting paper could be so fun? You guys did, right? I'm gonna have to go do some more cutting. I just literally just replaced the blade in between videos and I didn't realize how smooth and nice it was gonna be. It was getting all ragged and gross and slow and it was catching on things, so. All right, that's my signature, and that's gonna go in there. Ooh, we got some that are just a wee bit long. So let's just slice that edge. And actually, on the other one, what I did was around the corners too, which I would do a better job of if I did every one of these pages by themselves instead of trying to do the whole signature at once like that. But try to be quick about putting this together so that you get the whole thing. In case you're making one today, to give to somebody. Now, I'm putting my pages inside my cover, and I'm going to put my cover inside of my little folio here on this little gusset that I made. And I'm going to clip that sucker. Oh no, I don't have my other clips, but they would be better for this. This guy's a little bit short. He doesn't quite get there. How about this? We can make doing a pinch, right? This big guy. Come on, work with me. Office binder clips are better, but that'll work. Okay. So I'm going to take my awl and I'm just going to poke a hole all the way through in the middle, one towards the bottom, you know, maybe 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, and then one towards the top. And I do not care at all if those are evenly spaced, if they're actually centered. I'm approximating and that's fine. And then I'm cutting about 3 times the height, which is generally too much. I probably should cut down on that. 2 times the height would probably be plenty. Maybe we'll try that next time. And I'm going to sew from the inside to the outside in the middle, and then back in through the top, out through the bottom, and back in through the middle. And that is my 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going underneath that inside string, and I'm just tying a couple of knots and trimming my extra. And that's my notebook. Yeah, I like it. And this is gonna be great fun to decorate. So now we've got our pockets and we're gonna make our folds. We did all these little scores. And those are just gonna get folded right up. I'm gonna do all 6 of these folds. And then I'm gonna bring out my scissors. And I've got these little extra corners here. I'm gonna just give myself some, I don't know what you call that, angles on the tabs. Cut the corners out on both of these. And then we want our circle punch for notches, just like that. And that circle just flew halfway across my kitchen. Okay, these guys are gonna get some ink around their edges for sure. Yeah, looking at that. All right, so these guys are gonna go, we're gonna get one over here. You might, I didn't on my other one, but it might be a fun idea to do that for your pocket to make it match. So let's glue him in there. Yeah. This is a really good one. I just feel like it comes together so well, and it feels so like almost professional. Like these really are little cute things you could make as gifts, or even they'd make nice craft fair little notebooks that you could sell for not a ton, that I feel like would be popular if you did these as a product style. Okay, both of those guys are in there. Last thing for our structure. This guy's in desperate need of some decorating because he's very, very plain with this paper, but that's okay. That was deliberate, and I think it's gonna be really cool. I have some really cool animals. You know, like this guy can go on my cover. Ooh, I should have brought my words. I didn't bring my words. I want words. Anyway, let's finish up our structure first before we get too busy. So the last thing we need is our belly band. And that's gonna go, I don't think I really have an option because I don't want that to be the same. So I'm gonna do it this way. Just give it some ink. And that's part of why I added that, the circle in the other one, is because it makes that belly band kind of stand out a little better. So I'm just gonna glue at the top and the bottom. Slide this guy right in the middle here. This guy I added. I like those. I like giving belly bands, you know, something a little extra like that. Like this one could maybe even get a full square like this. I like that. I think we're gonna do that. Because it just gives it helps it stand out a little more. It just gives it a little bit more decorative feel. Especially since this paper, both sides are kind of samey a little bit. So I kind of like that. So I just glue on the belly band so that I don't accidentally glue it closed. Because, you know, that's the sort of thing we do sometimes. Okay, so I was gonna use some of these tags to put into my pockets. I've got, these two are super cute, so I think I will give some ink. I thought I had a bird, a fussy cut bird too. They're not as nice as having a big tall tag like I did with the other one. Maybe I'll make a big tall size tag. What do I have? I think I looked and I wasn't sure that I had something that would work for that. I've got this page, but this is the thing, this paper pack, I don't like this page. Maybe we could use this though. This, just because it's hard to use, right? Like this whole blue, it's got this whole sort of blue-green stuff going on with the fish. And you got the fish in there, and it's supposed to be this like wildlife-y, foresty pack, but that blue just doesn't go. Everything else is like brown and greens and these muted colors. And I just kind of hate that. Like it doesn't work for me. Okay, so I think this will work though. I'm going to cut this down so that it'll fit, and I think this might even be long enough to get me both of my tags, right? Because it's 12 by 12 and it's a 6-inch folio, so I should be able to get 2 6-inch tags, and I don't even want them necessarily to be 6 inches. Yeah, I want to cut them off a little bit. So let me cut this guy off here. Let me get into my pocket properly, and we'll cut this guy off here. And then I will show you, I promised in a previous video to show you my little, it's actually We Are Memory Keepers, this guy right here. And it's a special corner punch that actually makes it 10 billion times easier to make tags, because it just makes those kinds of tag corners just like that. And I love that. For me, that's a game changer, because I'm not a huge fan of making tags. And I have tried using that little trick of, you know, cutting one corner and then using it as the model for the other corner, and it just never seems to work out. I always muck it up. So this is great because I like it. It gives me this sort of very quick, professional, easy way to make tags, and I've been using it like crazy. So let's give these a hole. I don't think I'm going to do eyelets because I just want to be kind of quick about it. And we'll put some string in there. Twine would have been good. My boyfriend's been gone for a week. You'd think I would have gotten my craft desk in shape by now, but I haven't. So these guys are gonna go in here like this. What else do we have that's actually ready? I've got these little guys from the last set. What else? Maybe there's some things I can mix it with in my little pile here. I have this good pile of scraps. These papers I love, and they're sometimes good for like these niche-y things. You know, like just even like a decorative piece. I was thinking this guy, I don't know, he kind of looks good just right up against that. I kind of just want some words up on the top and just let him, I actually like him right up against this. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. He looks great there. I do have to figure out the cover though. I didn't think about what I was gonna do for that. And I'm getting glue everywhere. Don't get glue all over your cute Folio notebook. Girl. Okay, yeah, that's great. I love it. This kit, or I don't know, it's not a kit really, it's paper pack, but it doesn't really have a ton of great bits and bobs. However, we do have an Imagine here. And I did have a lovely customer come to my booth, and I had Spanish words on one of my pieces, I think probably from this kit, and she was so excited. She bought it, whatever it was, I don't remember. It was kind of one of these one-off projects, maybe something I made on a YouTube video even, and she loved it. So I don't think I need to be shy about putting Spanish on my projects like this. Okay, what do we have that can go behind this? I was hoping I had my my, what do you call it? Something like that could work. I don't know if I'm loving this guy. The, what do you call it that I'm thinking of is that the meshy brown stuff. I know you guys love it. I know you know what I'm talking about. I love it with this kind of paper kit and this kind of theme for this type of thing. I think that can work. I just have to cut it properly. So I just have to be able to actually cut straight and get that get that right. I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's try it in the cutter, because I know I'm not gonna do it right with my scissors. Okay, I think that worked. And then we can put the other half on the other pocket, right? That's actually very pretty. I like it. I like it. I like how it worked. And then we'll put this guy on top. I'll find something for the other one too. Yes. What else do we have that's little here? Aprende a ver. Let's do it. Aprende a ver. That means learn to see. My 5 years of Spanish that I had in school didn't go totally to waste. I can't really speak it. I can get pretty far in a conversation, if you speak to me very slowly. But I wouldn't say that I'm anywhere near fluent. And I'm just very, very slow. A lot of times I remember things, but I don't give myself credit for remembering them. So then I think I've got it wrong. And I have more trouble with being shy about screwing stuff up and then not wanting to speak it than I do about actually getting things wrong. But that's kind of the way it goes, you know? Okay. I like it. Aprende a ver. Do you fit? I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that works? Yeah, actually, I do. I think it works. Okay. Pockets. I wonder if there's something else that could go with the deer. The deer here. I don't know. It's mostly big. It's mostly too big. Maybe we could get one of these little taggy guys in there underneath his horns. The problem for me too sometimes with Spanish is that I don't necessarily know the phrases. Like I might even know the meaning of each of the words, but then not fully understand the meaning of the phrase. So like, abraza a tu corazón. I like that. I think I'm gonna do that. Abraza. Is that a conjugation of to open? Because I know like abierto is open, right? So abraza, I think it's just a form that I don't recognize. And I think it means open your heart. Okay, tags. I want to do something to the tags too, but I think we'll leave that for later. We'll need something to go in there, which will need to be, you know, with the belly bands, it's good to have something that's about their same size. Let's leave that for now. Might do that later as well. And so then you have this, you got this spot here, which like I did a tuck spot here, which I think I may do again. I don't know. I had something very simple and easy for it. What else do I have for squares? Give me a square. I don't know, this paper set. Oh, I've got a beetle. I don't like that. I thought I had other squares ready. I swear I had 2 squares that I had cut out and ready for this. And now I don't see. This guy's too big anyway. So here we have squares. So let's cut out a square. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. One of the better ones. Maybe I like this. Bird's nest. Man, my words, my brain and my words just, it happens when I get old, right, ladies? Whew. Whew. Words. are hard. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this guy. Yeah, I like that. That's perfect. That's a nice one for this space. I'm gonna put it down here. Should I make a notch in it or should I just leave it? I think I'm gonna leave it. Leave it. Okay. He's gonna go in there like that. Might even put a word of some kind on there when I put all the finishing touches on. So then this is gonna be our front. And the question is, what do we want to do on our front? I've got this hedgehog. He's a cutie. That could be fun. Or maybe I should stick with the deer since I have the deer in such a prominent place. I kind of like that. I think what I'm going to do too is I'm actually going to put him on some cardstock. This paper is not super flimsy, but just since I'm going to use him as a kind of a closure and I want him to be able to tuck this guy to tuck in like this other one that I did. I want him to have a little bit more heft, right? So do we have something else that would go well here? Maybe we can reflect our inside decor with what we have on the outside. Let's cut this guy out. Just so I can see. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. That's gonna be great. And then I can maybe put something across here that just glues here. So let's cut this one in the right place again. And that worked really well with my cutter, fortunately. So we'll do it that way again. I mean, wouldn't you be so pleased if you got one of these for Christmas? I would. I'm the one who makes all the stuff like this for Christmas, so I don't get it from anybody. All right, so then I'm just gonna glue on this side. Just kind of holding my finger where I don't want to do glue. And I'm gonna put this guy right about there, so that my piece here will be able to tuck in. Yeah! And then I think I'm just gonna finish off these other pieces for the inside and my tags, something else for that inside, and a word on the front off camera. And I'll put the final piece into the thumbnail as well, so that you can see how it turned out. That was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.